Goedemorgen iedereen. Hi, good morning. Hi Zain, Jurgen. Good morning, everybody. I see that people are joining, so I will wait for a few minutes still before we get started. If you guys can hear me, you can just write something in the chat, and I know that everything is. Good morning, Zain. Loud and clear, perfect. Well, we still expect some attendees, so I think we should wait for just a few minutes. 9:05 we'll get started, and then we will also record the webinar, so afterwards everybody could check it there. You see a map of the world. That's what we want. That's what we're trying to do. Conquer the world. So today the goal is to show you our product. We will do some commercial things with the presentation, that you can see what we're doing, what our goal is, and where we want to go, but what the goal is also in the end. And we also will show you some technical part of the portal as well. So how these things work. We will show you the box, the hardware device on location. We'll show you our AI. We'll show you the mobile app. So after this webinar, you should get a very good overview of what we're doing now, what we want to do in the future, and how things work. So yeah, I think we should start. People that will come in, yeah, they will also join as well. So, okay. Hi, everybody. Good morning. My name is Frederick Jacobs. I'm the founder of Security360. And today I want to show you how we want to boost installers' profit and efficiency. Of course, we make a nice product. We want to sell it, of course, but you want to install it, support it, and earn some money as well. So that's what we try to do in this webinar. So our mission is actually to protect global properties from the outside, not from the inside, like an alarm panel, because we think it's too late. You just need to detect at the outside. So in one sentence, we are building like an alarm panel for existing cameras to detect potential burglars at the outside. So this alarm panel features are also it's our USP actually. So what we see in the market is we see a lot of AI companies. They run a lot of software, server-based, cloud-based. We see a lot of camera manufacturers with their free AI on board. And we see a lot of alarm panel manufacturers. And we try to combine the three together to get a very simple an easy to install product with a great accuracy and detection. So the impact, so a burglar, it takes 2 to 4 minutes to get inside. So we believe that we need to detect an alarm or scare this burglar off in this first 3 minutes. What the problem is, so we started a company 4 years ago. I know the security market very well. And what we saw is actually, if you want to do perimeter detection, you get a lot of expensive solutions, still not very accurate. If you think about electric fences, ground detection, beams, a lot of installation, but still a lot of false detections. Then the AI that we see in cameras, so they put in free AI, most of the cameras, but yeah, missing detections, false detections, calibrations, firmware updates, everything is not so very easy to install. So installers lose a lot of time on the installation, but also time to remotely fine-tune it. And control rooms experience still a lot of false detections. So the efficiencies of 95% of the detections that come in a control room are not a threat. So we try to fix it as well. So our product or solution is built on 3 big major things. So we have the AI part. The AI part, we already make a difference with a lot of companies. We always have 2 AIs running. We have an AI running on the box. This is the hardware device. So we have an AI running on the box on location. That's very sensitive to not miss any detections. And we have an AI in the cloud as well. I will show you later. Then we have the partner portal. So we built everything in Microsoft Azure IoT. So everything what we do can be remotely managed. We push all the updates of the software and the firmware. It's not a responsibility of the installers, for example. And you can also manage everything remotely. I will show it to you live later. And our mobile app. So we have our own mobile app, not only to see the images, get the detections through, but also to activate and deactivate your alarm panel as well. So how it works. I got a video here. I will just play it. Oh, sorry.
Damage has already been done. For a business, this might have major economic consequences, as stolen or damaged goods can completely halt the production process and sales. With the new perimeter intrusion detection system from Security 360, this is a thing of the past. Security 360 uses security cameras around a property and applies artificial intelligence to proactively detect intruders and filter false detections. If the owner activates their alarm, nobody is allowed to enter the secured area. As soon as the cameras notice a person entering the property, Security 360 detects them, alerts the control room, and transmits an anonymized recording. From there, they activate the alarm and alert the police so they can intervene in time. This way, burglars have no chance to damage the property. Unlike other perimeter detection solutions, Security 360 doesn't suffer from false detections. No more false alarms from stray animals, moving branches, or freaky weather. The Security 360 box contains our Edge AI, is installed locally, and updated remotely. It does the first filter of possible detections and continuously analyzes footage to become more accurate. Next, our Cloud AI does a final pass to ensure only human detections reach the control room. But that's just the start. Over time, our Edge AI might even learn who is and isn't allowed to enter. At this point, the system could stay on permanently and reaches the state we call set and forget. You wouldn't even remember Security 360 is running unless someone tries to break in. Or they use our app to view recorded clips. Ready for the future of security? Visit security-360.com and find an installer near you.
So to zoom in on different product aspects. So first of all, we have our AI. So our AI, we have an AI running on the box and an AI running in the cloud. So in this image, left top, it starts with we can connect any kind of camera to our system. We get the RTSP stream in on location. The box is very sensitive to not miss any detections. And then we make a 10-second video clip if we think that there's a human. We go through a cloud AI that's very strict to filter out the false detections. And as an outcome, we can send it to a control room, we can send it to the mobile app, or we can trigger the alarm or a contact on location, depending what you want. But our cloud AI doesn't stop there. Our cloud AI is also training the same box on location. So if the cloud is filtering things out, it's telling the box to not send it anymore. So the box getting smarter and smarter on its own location. Next, it's the hardware device. So we choose to develop our own hardware. So we design it, we produce it in Belgium. So it's a made in Belgium product. I can show it to you here. Here is a box itself. So we give 5 years warranty. We have 4G on board as well, or LTE. And we can also integrate a 3.5-inch hard drive. At the bottom, you can integrate a 3.5-inch hard drive. And that's to run the network optics VMS on it. So this is an AI box with alarm panel functions. That's actually the main function. But in our cloud, you can also select, this is also a network optics device. We will push network optics on the box itself, and you have your VMS running on the same hardware device. And that's why you're using the hard drive, because we don't use the hard drive. Everything, all the 10-second video clips will be stored in our cloud. We have it's passive cooled, but if you're using a 3.5-inch hard drive, you have an optional cooling mechanism. It's up to 6 cameras, this box, but we're also building a 16 channel. Will be later this year, or next year, sorry. And network optics are already told you. Then we get the partner portal. So everything will be set up in this portal. So if you set up the device on location, just connect your cameras there. In this, we have 2 network ports. One is for connection with our cloud. The other one is to have this local connection with your cameras to the PoE switch or the NVR directly. If you get the camera switching, you will set up everything remotely. So you don't need to stay on location or get back to the location. And then our mobile app, I can show you through a video clip here. I can just play it. So our mobile app is mainly to see the live images. You can see it like this. You can, it's now turning. You can have this live images squared. You can also use your output and inputs. You can just select them. You can make different partitions. You can activate different partitions manually, or you can make a scheduling mode. The scheduling mode is to arm the system or the partition at the location. Then you got also this geofencing mode as well. So what I'm using this. When I drive to the office, within 1 kilometer or 500 meters, I get a push notification. I can arm or disarm or partition that I can arm or disarm security 60. Then you got the logs of the system. You can just see all the logs or say, okay, give me from this cameras only the person detections, and you will see the person detection. So we'll keep it for 30 days, but you can also export it to your mobile device, for example, and you can also trigger the output. So if you get a push notification from a potential burglar and you manually want to trigger the output, you can just do it with the mobile app. So you're your own security guard at that moment. The geofencing mode, so here you can see it. You can also make new grids. So we launched a new app. It's a second version. So you can also make grids or have some multi-tenant account to see different functions here. Enable or disable the geofencing, so you can do all the different things there. Okay, so as an overview, it starts with left, any kind of camera to the box with an input. You can arm and disarm with an input, with the mobile app, with scheduling mode, with geofencing, or with an API integration as well. You can also use the API integration of your control room to arm and disarm the box on location. If it's armed, the box has an AI, the cloud and the box working together. You have the partner portal to manage everything, and as an outcome, we can send it to a control room with various platforms that you can see here. We can send it to the mobile app, or we can trigger the I/O on location as well. Yeah, we work together with different VMS functions to send images, but also we support any kind of camera. I think if the camera is not supported, the brand is not supported, you can also use the RTSP link as well. We have a growing distribution network. So we are a Belgium-based company, but we want to conquer the world. I told you before. So that's the map. We work with distributors locally always. Even in Belgium, we work with distributors. So if we want to start up and in that country we don't have a distributor, we can do it directly. But afterwards, we will try to have a distributor in the middle to get local support, get local stock, and things like that. What about the competition? Very important, of course. What we see, it's an interesting thing, I think. What we see is in Belgium that every partner that we have for 3 years, some already, they grow between 80 and 150% every year. So they double their sales every year with Security 360. And what we see is they win a lot of projects, because when there is a burglar, for example, we want to bring our solution not only to the high-end perimeter detection solution, but every alarm panel could use Security 360 instead. And when you get three offers as a customer, 2 offers are with an alarm system and some cameras outside to do some recordings, and one of the offers is Security 360, and they say, okay, we will place only cameras at the outside, we will detect at the outside, so we have our cameras and we have our detection at the outside, and it's only about 20-30% more expensive. We see that they win a lot of projects from other installers. But just to see, we have some competitors as well. And this is the reason also that we build our own hardware device, because this is what the competitors are doing. They're having a very good AI, but they're using like a standard PC with a small CPU. So you need to have like a GPU USB. You need to have inputs, outputs. You need to have a 4G router and an alarm panel. So we have everything built in one device. So in total, we are always less expensive because we build our own in-house solution. So what's in it for you? So I told you already. So what we see is like our customers are doubling every year in sales, and we are recurring license model. So we give less margin on the hardware, but the margin on the licenses are higher. So that's a very good thing for you guys, I think. So it's what we feel is it's more and more difficult to sell standard control room contracts. So that's why customers are choosing for us, because they're again winning projects, and they are adding recurring license or recurring invoicing fees as well. So yeah, as an overview again, so we try to always invest in a simple installation, remote overview, a future-ready product. What I mean with future-ready is we looked at Tesla in the beginning. So what Tesla did, it's just an example, but when we started the company, we saw if you get like a BMW or a Mercedes a few years ago, you need to drive to the garage to get an update of your GPS system for 500 euros, for example. Then Tesla came, they built in cameras. Cameras are collecting all the images, and the cars are getting updated every 2 weeks. That's the same thing that we built. So every box on location, from day one, 3 years ago, we are still updating with the new software, with the new detection functions, with the new AI. So we're always updating the box on location. So it's not a hardware thing. You don't need to change it. We try to update it all the time. Of course, within 10 years, the hardware will not be enough for example, but we try to focus on hardware that we can update remotely all the time. So yeah, the partner portal I always told you, and I will show it to you live. And our AI detection. So we have a lot of demo cases where we have a very good detection at night. So maybe to zoom in here is perimeter detection. Most of manufacturers are promoting thermal cameras. We support thermal cameras. For us, it's not necessary, because thermal cameras is good for false detections. It's good for normally, but for us, it's the same. If we get optical cameras, we will filter out the false detection for a cloud AI. But it's better in fog weather, and it's better on very high distances. For the rest, optical cameras are better. Optical cameras with a separate lighting, separate infrared lighting, or enough color lighting at night. You need to have lighting. The lighting in the camera is not enough to do perimeter detection or big sites to monitor. But you get a lot of advantages with optical cameras. You get a better image, the price is better, and you get a lot more options as well. Yeah, just an overview here. Last year, our milestones, we're very proud that we won that we got the Detector Award for innovative alarm solution. We are again nominated for the award in Dubai as well. So yeah, step by step, we try to keep building. We're a software company. We build our own software, so we try to build new features all the time and stay ahead of the game. But maybe our future goal here. So first of all, we want to be a detection solution for cameras paired to an alarm panel. Then we were a standalone alarm panel. That's what we now have. We are building on NX, so we will integrate network optics in our software as well. That we get, that you will buy the licenses for Security 60. It will be based on network optics. It's the same thing as Hanwha doing, for example. And for the future, what we have is the set and forget function. We call it our autopilot. So it's not there yet, but the architecture is built to get to that dream. Because what we see is, for perimeter detection or for outside detection, we have two enemies. It's the false detections. We have it quite under control already, but it's also the usage of the system. I told you in the beginning, 95% of the detections are not a threat. So what we believe is that we can, in the future, can just set a box there, and the box is going to learn the behavior in the first month. And after a month, you can always let it on. And they will distinguish the normal behavior and abnormal behavior. For example, the box never saw two people running at 2 a.m. on a Friday night, for example. And we try to work together with control rooms to send, okay, this is a high priority or this is a low priority, because we never saw it before, or we see it, we did see it again. So I think that the owner forgot this alarm panel to turn off. So that's actually our future goal. So we don't know when, but we try to build it in the future like this. We get a lot of examples where we have, successful. In the beginning, somebody tried to break in the first seconds, we already activate the alarm, for example, or the control room is coming in. We have a video clip here. For example, at the front, there was an electric fence. People climb over it, no detection. It's a very big investment, the electric fence, but still, people are climbing over. There was no detection, for example. And at the same site, a few seconds later, because there was no Security 60, but at the same site, a few seconds later, we get a detection very early. The person just walks in the zone. We trigger the lightning thing on location, or the alarm control room is triggering the siren, and burglars are getting away. Some different things. Do you get any questions already? Because I'm at the end of my presentation, and later I will go to the portal. Any questions still? Jurgen has no questions. The rest still awake? Oh, or 60-channel device. Oh, that's well, yeah. We got this question from some markets, like South Africa, for example. Still under development. It could take us a long time before we get it developed. It would be run on a server, I think. But it will also be depending on the question of the market, to be honest. But not sure yet. Okay. Other questions? Else I will go to the portal. I'm still sharing my screen. Okay, let's go. So the partner portal. So as an installer, you get a login from your distributor for the partner portal. So what we see is you get an overview of all your cameras, active devices, boxes, aren't boxes, the device state. So if there is something wrong on location, camera disconnected, box disconnected, we can do three things. We will change the state here. We can send you guys an email, and we can also send it to the control room, to the same SIA protocol. They will see that there is something wrong on location. Then you get your detection, so you can see all the false detections if you're using camera AI. If you're using our AI, we'll also only show you the person detection. So the difference there is you could use the camera AI from Bosch, Axis, Hikvision, and Dahua. That they do the first detection, they will send it to our cloud, and then there is a filtering in our cloud. But almost nobody is using it anymore. Everybody's using our AI, but because it's easier to set up and it's more accurate and more higher distances as well. Then you can see it customer by customer. So if you hover on it, you can see that's the alarm system of Security 360 has like a detection. So the human detections here, you can filter on person detections, the client side, and you can see it like at the showroom, we have 5 detections. You can just see it like this. Then you have your clients. First of all, if you have a new project, if you have a customer, you can use a calculator. So I will use a demonstration here. I'll say webinar like this. Okay, so a customer calls you, say, okay, I want to protect my property. You can go on site, you can use Google Maps then. So if you get the location there, you can just enter the name or your current location, and you can place your cameras there. So if you just place a camera here, within the orange square, we promise you we will not miss any detections. So that's the detection range. So it doesn't matter which megapixels you're using, because we're using the second stream always. So the second stream is used. Only the angle of the cameras is a very important thing, of course. If you get like 40 degrees or 90 degrees, the distances of detection will change. But you can just set it up like this. If you say, okay, I have a 40 degrees camera, we will detect up to 92 meters. If you get like a 90 degrees camera, for example, or even higher, we will detect up to 41 meters. So that's how you can just measure it. So you can just place a few cameras here, let's say at the backyard here as well. And then an extra camera to do this, for example. So we are having 4 cameras in place. We can save this. That's saved now. You can offer this to the customers. And when you start up your customer, you can add this project to your customer as well, that your technicians know where to place the cameras, and within a year they already know where the cameras need to be still, where they need to be still. So clients, you get an overview of all your clients. You can see the box is running, which AI is running. You see some different things. If you click on it, you will go to the customer itself. So these are the end user credentials. And here you can add your calculation. So the calculation that we made is this webinar. You can collect it. If you save it, then this calculation is connected to your customer. If you start up your customer, first the customer credentials, then the box. You can add the box with a serial number. So every box has a serial number. If you ship you guys 10 boxes, for example, you can just add the serial number. And then the box, you're working on this box. You can change the name as well to the customer name, for example. If you got different boxes on one location, you can have different names. And then we got the partition, for example. So we can activate different partitions. So you can have different partitions on cameras or on zones. So you can just have one camera with 2 different zones and 2 different partitions. And you can say, okay, partition 1, we want to activate partition 2. We want to have a delay of 30 seconds. And we want to trigger output 2, for example. So you can walk around for 30 seconds, and then another siren or a lightning is triggered when there is a detection running place. Next, you can configure all the IOs. So the IOs that you can see on the box here, you can just configure it like this. You can say, okay, this is an error output. This is an output 2, for example, and we're using a toggle or a pulse. You can also choose it like this. And if you go to next, we will push this configuration to the box itself, and then it will be working like that. Then we got scheduling mode. So I already told you the scheduling mode. So we have these partitions. Different partitions can have a different scheduling. So you can do it in the mobile app, but also in the portal. So you can just have, okay, it needs to work from there to there, for example. I will cancel it, else it will be running too much. Then the settings, here we got this edge or camera AI. You can choose, you need to choose, or you're using camera AI, or you're using the edge AI. If you're using thermal cameras, you need to use the camera AI, because our edge AI is not supporting thermal, or cloud AI is supporting thermal. 4G connection, if you're using a 4G connection, you can just select it here, and you will use less bandwidth. For example, we are using 2 gigabytes upload for 3 cameras on one site. On one site, we have a customer, I think they have 200 mobile security towers using our solution. They're using always 3 cameras, and the average is 2 gigabytes upload, so it's really not that much. Enable network optics. If you select this, select the version, format the hard drive, and we will push network optics from our cloud to the device, and you get a VMS running on the same device as well. So you don't need an extra hardware device. Settings, trigger output module, restart, deploy release modules, some support things. If you get your cameras connected, then you see this active and inactive state. When you activate, we will invoice. So it's a very flexible system to invoicing. So what we do is we have boxes in stock with our distributor. You will order the box, you will go inside, you'll just buy the box, there is no license. And from the day that you activate this camera, the licenses are starting. The first of the month, we make an invoice to the distributor of all the active licenses. But if you're using a camera for 1 day, you're only paying for 1 day. So it's a very flexible thing. You can just activate, deactivate. If you get a customer who's not paying anymore, for example, you can just set this camera on inactive and you will not be paying anymore. So it's like a day contract even with us. You can do it differently for your end user, of course. You can like a year contract or something like that. That's your choice. I want to activate this Bosch camera just as an example. And if you get your camera streams in, you can just add your cameras here. Say, okay, give me the name, select the brand of the camera or an RDSP stream. Stream, always use a sub-scene of the third stream, not use the main stream because we need to do some settings on it. And then you get your stream in. If the stream is coming in, you can draw your zones. And that's also a very big difference, especially compared to the camera AIs. So you can just select your zones. It's unlimited zones that you can select, like this. Say, okay, I want to do person and vehicle detection. Add an extra zone, for example, here. And if I right-click on it, it gets partition 2. So now we have a zone with 30 seconds delay, and we have a zone with the immediately detection at that moment. And that's it. No calibration, no sensitivity levels, just a center point of a person or a vehicle in the zone is an alarm for us, and we make a 10-second video clip. You can make your privacy masks as well, save it, and we'll push it to the box on location. Okay, then you got a checklist. It's like an internal thing. It's just for your technicians that they think about everything. So did you have like a UPS backup system, a first walking test, some calibration, so a first walking test, separate lighting, you can just click on it. And if you click these pictures, we will generate one first picture of all the camera angles. So if you go back within a year, you can see still, okay, how does the installation been set up? And then you can see it back, and then you can just calibrate, see if the cameras are still pointing in the same direction as the initial installation. You get your pictures here. You can watch them back. You get the logs of the system. So the logs are person detections, but also some extra activations, deactivations, user. I can click on this. This will be last evening, I think. Can show it to you. Yeah, for example, so here you see like a detection. This is a night image. You can see a detection for a person walking in this secured area. That's what you can see back, and that's what you can get on your mobile phone. Yeah, that's about it. Then integration part. So if you want to send your images to the control room, then you can just select it here. I will delete this. So you can choose for image. For example, Securitas and G4S, they're using IMEX to get the images in. Most of the control rooms are using SIA DC09. So if you select SIA DC09, you can do just all the settings of your control room. And then you can also send the heartbeat, for example, send when a box is disconnected, and you can do a test. So yeah, in Belgium, any kind of, Belgium, the Netherlands, most of the control rooms are supporting us. SIA DC09, everybody's using it, but if you want us to get in contact with a control room to do some testing, you can test yourself, but if maybe they don't get the images in, you can get us, you can contact us, and then we can see what we can do to help to get it working. You can send to various platforms. If you also want to send it to a Gentek, local VMS, for example, or Network Optics, you can also select like this. So it will be sending to different applications at the same time. Last part, we got this accounts. So you can have different accounts, different users. You can make your own installer, technical guys. You can have your sales guys, or you can have end user client who's using the mobile app, and you can allow some different multiple sites, for example. In the mobile app, you can also give some permissions. So if you want to give a permission to do the scheduling mode, geofencing, you can, not everybody can activate and deactivate the system, for example. You can give some permissions, and also the partner portal. The partner portal is mainly for the installers. the mobile app is for the end users. But if you get a very big, so we have an end user with 200 sites, for example, yeah, they have also their security guard also have some permissions to do some changement in the portal as well. And then, yeah, last part, this portal, we will use it for everything. So you get your academy, so videos, documentations, release notes, for example. We will share all the release notes of the new software functions, for example, and marketing. If you want to sell our product, you can use our demo movies, our logo, or white papers. You can all download it here to get started and get to promote our product. Yeah, that's about the technical part or the partner portal. Is this clear to everybody? Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, let's go to the last part then, and that's actually something that we developed. It's more a sales thing. So your distributor, they can add you as a customer. But if they add you as a customer, for example, we'll do a test. So I can say, okay, test webinar, and I want to select the country. That's an important thing. Let's say we get an installer in Australia. Sorry, getting up, we get a distributor, 2 distributors in Australia, for example. Now, then we can activate this customer, but we can also use a calculator. And this calculator is based on our experience and the forecast, actually. So what could we sell in that company? So what's very important for us is the country, because we will look at the annual burglars in that country, we will look at the market value, and we'll look at the GDP per capita. And we will look at the customers. If you get an installer with 100 customers, it's totally different than a potential with 100,000 customers, for example. Let's say this customer has 50,000 customers in his platform, for example. Strong competition or not, then we can see what the target could be in a year. So it's something that we can manage. That's our experience in Belgium. So what we see is we have a customer as having about 8,500 installations, and it's based in Belgium. I will do this, 8,500 customers based in Belgium. First year, he was selling 70 boxes. Second year, he grew with 100%. The third year, he will grow with 50%. You can just change it like this. But if you get these targets, we can use these targets, add the installer, and afterwards, you can see the sales targets coming in here. So we can have like a forecast of the sales targets. So we can see the actual sales for this installer, but you can also see some forecast. So you can see your revenue forecast for the installer. So you can see the profit that you could make in a few years, and you can see the profit they can make on the licenses and on the boxes as well. So the revenue and the licenses. So it's just something to explain to you guys that yes, it's a recurring license, but if you're selling it, all our customers are making quite some profit on the recurring licenses as well. So we built this calculator just to show you guys what the potential could be on a financial part as well. So it's built in like this. Well, yeah, I'm at the end of my presentation, guys. Do you get any questions, or was everything clear? Perfect. Yes, Jürgen, I did it in English today because not everybody is speaking Dutch here. Okay, Jürgen, nice. Just start. Just buy the box, test it, and get sales running. We are ready if you are. Okay, guys, if nobody has any questions here, then yeah, I like to close down this webinar. Thanks a lot for joining, and hopefully see you guys in the next training, and hopefully we get some sales running because again, the world, that's our goal. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.